The biggest key to ranking up in Rocket League is to evolve your gameplay. If you find yourself staying stagnant in how you play the game, it means that all the other players around you will begin to improve quicker and will therefore pass you up while you remain stuck at your current rank. So today we'll be helping a Diamond understand how their gameplay needs to evolve if they want to be able to rank up to Champ. Another thing we'll talk about is unnecessary flips and going for big boosts when we don't have to. So right here, you're realistically already in a fine spot. If you look at your boost total, you got 45. We're chilling. Like, yeah, this is tempting. We don't need it. It's not necessary. Just because we already have plenty of boost to make a play. Especially if as we move upfield here, we take another pad or two as we're going forward. So it's fine for you to go this way like a little bit and just grab this pad, but then I would start to work your way upfield, so you can be in a supported position. Because what's going to happen is you're going to end up flipping over this way. You're going to go all the way over to the corner, and now, as you're doing this, your teammate's pushing into their corner, and if they were going to try to push a pass out, you'd still be over here. Not at all in a position where you can actually support your teammate. But if instead you grab this and turn upfield, now you'd be in a passing spot where if a ball does come across, you're able to attack it. At any point, if I can have 36 boost, I'm happy. Because at 36 boost, I can make basically any play I need to, except for really reaching the ceiling, which in most cases you don't need to. So as long as you can get like 3 pads and be in the play, you're chilling. You don't really need more than that. But yeah, because now look at where this ball is rolling. It's just rolling right in front of the net. If you had just been pushed forward, instead of going all the way out to that mid boost, you'd already be on this ball and already be shooting it. Be careful of how many flips we're using. And this is another thing that goes back to like players wanting to play fast. One thing that I'm also still trying to ingrain in my brain is we need to realize that these flips are actually a resource. Just like boost, boost. Boost is the only other resource in the game. But most players consider that boost is the only resource, when in reality, flips are a resource as well. And the reason being, when we use a flip, whatever direction we've chosen to go in, until that animation finishes, we are fully committed to going in that direction. There's nothing we can do, we can't turn, we can't change our mind. Once we flip, we're going that way. And the problem with that is if we're committed in one direction, and let's just say we fully committed to going this way, and now in this instance, let's just say that our teammate here manages to hit this ball back in front of the net as we're in the middle of our flip animation. Well, now, even though the ball's in front of the net and we'd love to be able to just turn quickly and go for that shot, we're stuck in a flip, so we can't do anything. We're stuck going the way we're going. But if instead of using our flip, we just keep our wheels on the ground and don't do anything, we can just drive normally. So many players have this like fear of just driving normally around the field. No boost, no nothing, just driving. But if we do that, then if the situation in the play changes, we can react to it immediately. And we don't have to wait for whatever animation we're in the middle of to finish before we can actually react to the play. Basically, one of the ways you can practice this is you can look at your own replays, and anytime you see yourself flipping, just ask yourself, what is the point? And if you can't give yourself a reason as to why you're flipping, you probably shouldn't be, because you're utilizing resources that you don't need to. Because the other thing, you just need to recognize the situation you're in. Like, the only reason we would need to be rushing downfield right now is if there was a threat on our net. And I don't know about you, but this ball doesn't look like it's going to be threatening my net anytime soon.
Right.
Looks like we're going to have a bit of time. You're also chilling with 78 boost. So, like, you just coast here, then, like, okay, your teammate loses, cool, we can turn, we can go get that. Your teammate wins, yeah, cool, we can turn, we can get that. Again, this is all about keeping our options open, and the more time you spend with all 4 wheels on the ground, the more things in the game you can respond to. Also, I don't know what your opponents are doing in this game, but they do not feel like going for kickoff. Holy. So, right here, this one's going to be all about just recognizing where there is and is not an opportunity, and where there's too much risk. So right here, our teammate's in an awkward spot. This guy's recovered fairly easily, and he's already charging the ball. We're winning by a goal right now, so we don't really need another one. Like, yeah, sure, another one would be great, but there's absolutely no reason for us to stick our neck out and dive at balls on the goal line if there's even a chance that the opponents are going to take the ball and run with it, especially when we're last man back. If you were first man on this plan, like this guy wasn't here and he was behind you, then sure, this is definitely a ball to go for. Go for it, send yourself, see if you can get a goal. But as last man back, recognizing the awkward situation, I would be much happier with a full fake challenge here, just because we don't want to give up any kind of transition. Because if he gets this ball past you, it's now a completely open net back the other way. And these are, trust me, I have gotten baited by this type of ball more times than I care to admit. way more times than I care to admit. Because it is tempting as all get out. But generally, whenever you're like going for a ball that's really just kind of sitting still, not really doing much of anything, this is like the ideal time to look at what this guy is doing. And if I even see the fact that he's coming towards this ball, I'm like, no thank you. I am not diving in. I am not being the reason that we're going to give up a goal here for no real purpose. So yeah, right. My general rule is if the ball is like bouncing into some place weird, like it's bouncing into the corner somewhere, or someplace where I don't quite know how it's going to bounce, I'll be looking at the ball. But as soon as it's on like a straight trajectory, my eyes will immediately shift to who is going to make the next touch, what direction are they coming from, how fast are they going. Because that information, just those three things, who, where are they coming from, how fast are they going, will tell me roughly pretty much exactly where the ball is going to end up. Because in this case here, I see this guy approaching from this direction, boosting, so pretty fast. That means the ball's going over this way. Cool, I'll just head over that way, and I'll take the ball when they immediately just bang it away for the fun of it. That's definitely a good thing to look at, because if you didn't dive in here and just, like, fake challenge this, now you could be driving up this wall, taking control of the ball, instead of having to try to rush back. Where if your opponents were better at counterattacking, this would be a goal. Yeah. It's just we luck out, because diamond. And then this is probably one that we don't need to dive for, again. Like, it's tempting, but again, this is one where if we just take a quick look, right here, probably not worth it. Because even if we do... Right,
he's right there.
Even if we do get a touch, this is probably at best a 50-50, and our teammate is nowhere near back. So if we take a 50, lose it even slightly in this direction, now they have a free counterattack. And again, this is a situation where, like, okay, you're coming this way, more than likely the ball is going to go that way. So I'll just, like, fake challenge slightly and then go over here, because then even if you play the ball this way, I can react to that, or I can react over here. I can do anything I want, as long as I don't fully commit to this. Because, yeah, now we dive again. Good recovery, though, to get back. This is probably another one that you also don't need a flip for. Like, right now, you're already supersonic. So at this point, we're already going supersonic. Don't flip anymore, and stop using boost. Because I'm assuming you know this, but as soon as you hit supersonic, you're already at max speed. So using more boost does not help your case, neither does flipping. You're already going.
Right. I need to pay attention to that better. Yeah, like I won't even realize I'll be, wow. Wasting boost.
Yep, as soon as you hit supersonic, you're good. Unless you turn or hit the brakes, your car is going to continue to go supersonic. This is another one where we can also rotate a bit wider, because again, we got ourselves caught front post here, when there's not really much for us to do. So now all we've done is we've killed all of our momentum. So now, if, like, this ball were to say, I don't know, bounce off the backboard and we would need to go for it, we have to work that momentum back up, use a bunch of boost to do so, and go from basically a dead stop, take an awkward turn, and jump out for it. Whereas instead, if we were at the back post, we would have a much, again, better angle to play from, and we also would have been able to take a bit more time in rotating back, so that we weren't here so early. Generally, being to a spot early tends to be bad. And if you ever have to, if you ever find yourself coming to a complete stop, you're probably not where you need to be. Yeah, it's a tough one, because you also are, like, trying to judge how fast your opponents are going to move downfield, and, like, judge whether or not there's going to be a threat on your net. Which turns out, as you rank up, it's a lot easier to judge how fast something's going to happen, because you can actually trust what your opponents are going to do. At this rank, you got no idea. they can
Yeah.
air
Yeah.
dribble at you. They can just completely miss the ball. Like, good luck determining that. But yeah, just generally, if you can take that wider path, take it. You'll give yourself a smoother rotation, and an easier time challenging. This one's a bit awkward for sure. I wouldn't flip towards your teammate here. I think you're thinking that you might need to get the ball from him because he's kind of in an awkward spot. But also, there's no one around him, so even if he doesn't touch the ball immediately, he's fine. I would also be hesitant of how aggressive we're going for these demos. Again, time and score. There's absolutely no reason that we absolutely need a goal right now. And the last moment we saw our teammate in, it didn't look like he had the best control of this ball. So the last thing we want to do is send ourselves out of the play and end up us missing the demo. He gets blocked, and now it's just a free counterattack for our opponents. So risk versus reward is a big thing for sure. We also want to be careful about how we're taking these 50s. You are hitting this ball from like this side. You generally, if you're going to be challenging the ball along the wall, you want to make sure again that you're goal side, because this is the kind of challenge angle that puts the ball directly in your net. Just because of this guy coming from this way, us forming a wall over here, the ball is just gonna keep going that way. Which is pretty much what happens. It just doesn't go into our net, which is lucky, but it does go directly towards it. Right here, another great opportunity, kill ball cam. Because we have no idea where this other guy is. He's back here somewhere. We can kind of see his nameplate down here. But if we take off ball cam, we'll be able to see where he is. We should be able to build ability to utilize the circle on the ground from the ball to determine exactly where it is in the air. So that's one thing you can do in free play, is just practice hitting the ball in the air without ball cam. Because then in that sense, you can take off ball cam here, see where this guy is. Being how far back he is in this instance, that's totally fine. Then we can just use the circle on the ground to let this ball come down, catch it, and continue on our merry way. I'm assuming you're able to catch the ball at least somewhat consistently.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah, so this would be a good opportunity to just look at that. And then the reason we want to train to be able to play the ball in the air without being able to see it and just using the circle is if we take ball cam off and this guy's a lot closer, then we want to be able to just jump up and play the ball even without being able to directly see it. From his perspective, he's seeing the ball over your head, and most people in this defensive situation assume that this player's ball cam is looking straight up in the air. The smart players use this to their advantage, turn ball cam off, and as soon as this player assumes that they know that they can't be seen, they just pop it over the top. Yeah, it's definitely an acquired skill, because utilizing the circle is not super easy, because it's like exactly how high in the air is the ball. It's hard to tell. But yeah, definitely something that I would recommend practicing. Because yeah, in this situation, you just hand the ball away because you just didn't know where he was.
Literally just passed it right to.
Yep, and it was because you didn't know where, like, you thought maybe he was closer, so if you just touch the ball towards the target, it'll go in. When in reality, you had a crap ton of space and just didn't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you that made it to this point in the video, and I do hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, make sure you click that subscribe button right down below so you make sure you don't miss any future Rocket League content. Additionally, if you'd be interested in having a replay analysis done on your own gameplay, make sure you check out my Discord server down in the description, as I do offer free coaching through there. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. See you later, guys.